Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a treat. This is one that Leandro picked up for me and sent out to me from California. This is Cismontane Black's Dawn. It is an Imperial Stout coming in at 8.5% ABV. The IBUs on this one is 50. I don't think I've had anything from these guys before. They're out of Rancho Santa Margarita, California. So hopefully this will be a treat, guys. The commercial description on this one, it says a heavy, strong stout brewed with coffee, brown sugar, and oats. And whenever they use oats to brew a stout, it has a creamier mouthfeel. So that's a good thing. Yeah. With its powerful quality and morning ingredients, it seems parallel to a solid dawn session at Black's. And what they're referring to is Black's Beach in California. An inside connection to a boutique roasted fair trade beans, we were granted the opportunity to make this exceptional brew. Sounds tasty. Sounds real tasty. I do like a good stout. I mean, the only thing better than a good stout is a bourbon barrel stout, in my opinion. So, food pairing for this beer: cheeses with buttery and brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and since it is a stout, it goes well to chocolate dishes. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass orange pint, becker, non tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. Got the double glass. And this one can be cellared for long periods, being an 8.5%er. This will keep for several years, probably even 5 or longer if it's cellared correctly. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so let's get on with this one. Leandro, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it, brother, for picking these up and sending them out to me. I couldn't do that while I was out on the motorcycle, so he volunteered to do that for me. So when I got back, he shipped me the beers, and this is one of them that he sent me. And it's got a nice hop cone on the cap. I'm trying to see what else is on there, but I can't make out what it is. So, but we will save this, and it will go on the fridge downstairs. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of hiss. Let's go down the center and see what we get on this one. And this is a bigger bottle. It doesn't look like a 22 ouncer though. It looks like it's a tad smaller than that. 1 pint, 9 fluid ounces. So I guess that would be a 22 ounce. It just didn't look like it to me. And I didn't pour it all in there. I'm going to save a little bit for the other half, since it's a big bottle. Over to the light. There is none. I'm not even getting any little ruby tinges around the outside, so it is pitch black. And that aggressive pour. We got about a half finger of head, maybe a little more. Good looking stout. Very good looking. So let's get a nose on it. Oh yes. Cocoa. Coffee. Maybe a hint of some dark fruit in there, like figs, maybe dates or raisins. I think it said something about brewed with raisins. Does it say that on the bottle? No, it doesn't. Very good smell. The only better than this smell is to have a little bourbon in there with it. Of course, you can always add that. You know, take a little bit of bourbon, pour it in there. Yeah. I might end up doing that one of these days. Yeah, let's see, bourbon barrel. That's what that would be barrel. You're not gonna get the vanilla and the woodiness and stuff if you're just pouring it out of the bourbon bottle into it. But very nice aroma on this beer. Definitely getting the cocoa and the coffee and the chocolate. Maybe a hint of licorice in there too. Well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Leander. Thank you, brother. Good luck on your new job endeavor at Lengthwise. I hope it goes well for you. I hope you learn a lot, learn to brew, and get into that aspect of it. Cheers, my brother. Very nice. Very, very nice. $50 IBUs on this beer, and I am picking up on that. It's got a little heavier bitterness on the back end than most. I mean, I would think a lot of the stouts were down in the 30s and the 40s for IBUs. Not as sweet as some. If you don't like a sweet stout, this may be your game right here. Very decent. Very, very decent. But I got a feeling it's going to change a little bit as it warms up. It's 40 degrees right out of the fridge. So let's let it warm up and let me sip on it a little bit. I have to puff on a cigar, pour her a glass out of the other half of this bottle. We'll come back and do the final chug on this one. Hi guys, I'm back. Got just to the left here. Very tasty. This is a very tasty beer. I don't know what the distribution is on Cismontane's beers. I have not seen them out here. I'm sure they don't come out this far across the country. And I don't know how far they go out of California, if they do. But very tasty, very nice Imperial Stout. Slight heaviness on the bitterness on the back end as opposed to the sweetness up front. I think it's a tad, not much, but just a tad on the bitter side on the back end. So let's do the final chug on this one. Very tasty though. Nice coffee or cocoa. A hint of chocolate, a little bit of dark fruit. The only drawback to it is it's a slight heaviness on the bitterness on the back end. It's to be for the sweetness it's on the front end. Not quite as balanced as it could be, but still definitely an A beer to me as far as I'm concerned. I was on the fence there between the 8 or the 9, and I was going to give it the 9, but I would like to at least see them put a year on the bottle or something like this. The bottle on date and all that's not as critical on this style of beer as it is on like an IPA or a double IPA or something like that, or even a low ABV beer. But being an 8.5%er, it's not as critical. But I would like to see that year on there. So, and with the heavy bitterness on the back end, I believe I'm gonna go with the 8, the A minus. I do think it's an A beer, and like I said, I'm on the fence. I was on the fence there between an 8 and a 9, and I could just as easily gave it a 9. But the bitterness on the back end keeps me from giving it the 9. So we're going to go with the 8, the A minus on this one. Leandro, thank you, sir, for sending me this one. It was very, very tasty. I did enjoy it. All right, let's go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 90, which is in their outstanding range. I would not argue with that a bit. If I was spending a new Mac rating on this one, I would probably give between 90 and maybe even a 93, somewhere in that area for me too. So. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 96 overall, which is a great number, but only 54 in the style. So I don't know if some other guys are thinking it didn't quite fit the style, or it was too bitter, or what the deal was there, because they averaged that stuff out. And like I said, I would if it wouldn't been quite as bitter on the back end and had at least a year on the label. It would probably got the 9 from me, guys. So if you've had this one from Cismontane, this is their Black Stone. They're out of Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Let me know what you think. And let's go take a walk tomorrow and see what's in the fridge. See you then.